I now call to order the special session meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Tarpon Springs on Tuesday, September 20th, 2016 at 6:30 p.m. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our meeting. Roll call, please.
Mayor Alahouzes.
Here.
Vice Mayor Tarapani.
Here.
Commissioner Banther.
Here.
Commissioner Siebers absent and excused. Commissioner Slattery.
Here.
This is just a reminder. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to get public input regarding the fiscal 2016-2017 budget. Item number 1 is Resolution 2016-32, adopting the millage rate from our tax year 2016, and I'd like to ask Mr. Harry to review the procedures required by state law.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Ron Herring, Finance Director. State Statute 200.065 sets the procedures for the adoption of the millage rate and budget. The first public hearing was held on September 7th, where the tentative millage and budget rate were approved. The legally required budget ad was put in last Friday's paper, September 16th. Tonight, the final millage rate of 5.42, a 4.43% increase over the rollback rate of 5.1902 is recommended for approval, with the increase being used for operating expenditures. Also, we have the final fiscal year 2017 budget of $55,231,591 is recommended for approval. And if I could just take a second, we just got our budget book printed and got it back. It's in your mailboxes, but I also want to thank our budget analyst, Justin Tramble, who did a lot of work in putting this book together.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you. City Clerk is going to read the resolution in its entirety.
Resolution 2016-32, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Tarpon Springs, Florida, adopting the final millage rate for tax year 2016. Whereas a public hearing was held on September 20th, 2016 at 6:30 p.m. to adopt a final millage rate. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the City of Tarpon Springs, Florida, that 1, the ad valorem millage rate for tax year 2016 of the City of Tarpon Springs is hereby established at 5.4200, a 4.43% increase over the rollback rate of 5.1902. 2, the city staff is hereby directed to notify all pertinent governmental agencies of the provisions hereof as required by law. That is the reading of Resolution 2016-32 in its entirety.
Thank you. Are there any public comments on this item? Here none, the chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Are there any commission comments on this item?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Slattery?
Yes.
Commissioner Banther?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Tarapani?
Yes.
Mayor Alahouzes?
Yes. We are now go to the item number 2, which is Resolution 2016-33, adopting the final budget for the fiscal year 2016-2017. City Clerk is going to read the resolution in its entirety.
Resolution 2016-33, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Tarpon Springs, Florida, adopting the final budget for fiscal year 2016-2017. Whereas a public hearing was held on September 20th, 2016 at 6:30 p.m. to adopt a final budget. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the City of Tarpon Springs, Florida, that 1, the City of Tarpon Springs annual budget for fiscal year 2016-2017 is hereby finally adopted. 2, the city staff is hereby directed to notify all pertinent governmental agencies of the provisions hereof as required by law. That is the reading of Resolution 2016-33 by title, in its entirety.
Thank you. Are there any public comments on this item? With us tonight, we have the Vice Chair of the Budget Advisory Committee. Do you have any comments? Okay, good. The Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Are there any commission comments? No? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Slattery?
Yes.
Commissioner Banther?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Tarapani?
Yes.
Mayor Alahouzes?
Yes. Well, that concludes our special session. It's adjourned at 6:35 p.m. We'll now go to the Community Redevelopment Agency meeting. I now call to order the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Tarpon Springs on Tuesday, September 20th, 2016 at 6:36 p.m. Roll call, please.
Chair LaHousas,
Yes.
Vice Chair Terapany,
Yes.
Commissioner Banther,
Yes.
Commissioner Slattery.
Here.
Here.
The item of this agenda is Resolution 2016-03, adopting the final budget for the fiscal year 2016-2017, and Mr. Herring will read the procedures required by state law.
Good evening again, Ron Herring, Finance Director. The CRA budget needs to be approved separately since it's its own agency. The purpose of Resolution 2016-03 is to recommend approval for the final fiscal year 2017 CRA budget in the amount of $396,520. Thank you.
Thank you. Our city clerk is going to read the resolution in its entirety.
Resolution 2016-03, a resolution of the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Tarpon Springs, Florida, adopting the final budget for fiscal year 2016-2017. Whereas a public hearing was held on September 20th, 2016 at 6:30 p.m. to adopt a final budget. Now therefore be it resolved by the Community Redevelopment Agency of the City of Tarpon Springs, Florida, that Section 1, the Community Redevelopment Agency's annual budget for fiscal year 2016-2017 is hereby finally adopted. Section 2, the city staff is hereby directed to notify all pertinent governmental agencies of the provisions thereof as required by law. That's the reading of Resolution 2016-03 in its entirety.
Thank you. Are there any public comments on this item? I hear none. Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Thank you. Are there any commission comments? Hear none. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Slattery?
Yes.
Commissioner Banther?
Yes.
Vice Chair Terapany?
Yes.
Chair LaHousas?
Yes. That concludes the CRA agenda and is adjourned at 6:38 p.m. We'll now go to the regular session meeting. I now call to order the regular session meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Tarpon Springs on Tuesday, September 20th, 2016, and the time is 6:38 p.m. Roll call, please.
Mayor LaHousas?
Here?
Vice Mayor Terapany?
Here.
Commissioner Banther?
Here.
Commissioner Sieber is absent and excused. Commissioner Slattery?
Here.
Thank you. Tonight's invocation will be given by Reverend Ken Van Veer from Beyond Point Hospital. If you please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for permission to approach your throne of grace, to spread before you our wants, our desires. We know we're not worthy of your blessing, but we thank you for your mercy. Again, we come to you in a time of distress. New York and New Jersey seem far away. We've not had their disruption, but we have the uneasiness. Please calm our anxious moments. Give us courage and strength and determination to do what is right. Thank you for these men and women who have come to serve. Here tonight, we pray for that same thing, that we might do what is right. We rejoice in what you've done for us. We thank you for each commissioner, for the mayor, for all the leaders, and Lord, all that they represent. Help us to follow you in spirit and in truth. Help us to serve you in honor and in justice. And would we show our love for you in obedience, kindness, tolerance, and compassion. We ask for your protection and blessing upon our nation, upon our country, and our community, and our homes. We pray in your holy name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll now go to the public comments on the items that will not be discussed this evening.
Hello, my name is DeBrasia Carter. I am 11 years old, and I go to Tarpon Springs Middle School. I'm a resident. I wanted to come here and to give a voice of the youth today about the league, the Tarpon Junior Spongers, where I have cheered for 3 years. This league has helped me in many ways by making me a leader in my everyday life. I have become more calmer and more focused. I am given the ability to talk in front of groups. Over the last 2 years, there have been a huge decline in the Tarpon Dream Sponges. We have some uniforms for 10 years. Our stands are not as nearly as nice we go to. Scoreboard doesn't work, which makes cheering even more complicated. I am planning on being in lead and staying loyal to Tarpon Dream Sponges, where I will cheer the next 3 years. Where I will show my Tarpon spot for the next 3 years. I feel unless we get help from the city, there will be no lead to go back to. I am here today, the city of Tarpon Springs, to help us. I have many friends in the area that will come to cheer, but cannot afford it. So it would be nice if the city were able to help us. Please and thank you. By either contributing funds so that the league can offer scholarship to those in need who would love to see me cheer and play football, to see us cheer and play football. We also need a lot more community involvement. Our stairs are nearly empty. We have very few people attend on a regular basis. This may due to the fact that there is little so not advertisement the city will provide. We used to be able to use the lighted sign to say when our games took place, but that doesn't seem to be available to us anymore. I am very proud to be a Sponger, and I cheer with enthusiasm to anyone that will stay and watch the game I am yelling for. I'm also including the schedule for the remaining dates. October 1st, 2016, October 15th, 2016, and October 21st, 2016. Please take a look at the considering and coming out and showing your support and watch me cheer. Please don't let the lead flow. Please don't. It has so many positive avenues for a young person like myself. That would be a tragic loss if it went under. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you. Just one moment, please. When you do a fundraiser, let me know. I'll be there to help you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any more public comments? Hear none. We are now going to the proclamations, item number 1 for the Care Fest. City of Tarpon Springs proclamation. Whereas Care Fest is an involved community service day that transforms our community through acts and carry of kindness. And whereas the objective of CareFest 2016 is to mobilize local businesses, churches, and social agencies to work together to meet the needs of citizens with the various communities of Tampa Bay. And whereas the citizens of Tarpon Springs will be asked to serve their family members, neighbors, and various compassion organizations in Tampa Bay area. And whereas on the CareFest Day, September 24th, 2016, volunteers will restore and beautify the homes and areas of Tarpon Springs in effort to demonstrate which city is the most caring and win the Care Cup. And now, therefore, I, Chris Alajuzes, by virtue of authority vesting in me as the mayor of the city of Tarpon Springs, Florida, do hereby recognize September 24th, 2016 as CareFest Day in the city of Tarpon Springs and invite all the citizens to join the effort of transforming our community. Please come forward to get the proclamations. Mr. Clibbons. Reverend Chair Socrates. Thank you very much. Can you, do you want to say a few words in the podium, please, and explain what the Care Fest Day is all about? Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to thank the mayor and the commissioners for having us down and being so supportive of CareFest. CareFest is about not only churches, but also community leadership, businesses, and people who want to get behind their community, crossing racial and denominational backgrounds to come together to love on the city, to let them know that Jesus is alive, that he loves people, and that we be the hands and feet of the church, So it's very much about getting out and being in support of people that need in our community. And so Tim is here with Somebody Cares Tampa Bay, who's really been helping us to, as a liaison, to get us focused our efforts for Tarpon Springs. It's the first year that Tarpon Springs is going to be officially part of CareFest. And our goal really this year, coming into it late, was to at least begin to harness the collective energies of all the churches and businesses, make them aware, along with code enforcement and partnering with the city to find out what the needs of the city are, where we can be a blessing, and where we can get behind and help the people of the community. So I just want to have Tim maybe share a little bit about Somebody Cares and how CareFest works, and just for a second.
Thank you.
Pastor Jason.
Please
Hi.
Hi, please give us your name and your address for the record.
Yes. Go ahead.
Oh, Jason Clemens, 699 Palm Avenue.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pastor Tim Marshik with Somebody Cares Tampa Bay. I'm the executive director, and it is an honor to be here with you today. I wanted to let you know that I gave you two brochures there. One brochure I gave you was who we are. As Somebody Cares Tampa Bay. The other brochure is what we created. I just brought on the whole entire Catholic Church in all 5 counties, all 55 Catholic schools. I went and met with the superintendent of all 55 Catholic schools, and we developed a basically 5 levels of engagement for all 55 Catholic schools. And so I want to let you know this is what I would like to do here in Tarpon Springs. This is what I want to do, is meet with whoever you would allow me to meet with to create those levels of engagement in our schools, in our churches, in your city. And just, again, Tarpon Springs become the most caring community in the Pinellas County area. That would be fantastic. Now, one thing I want to say is that we are at Somebody Cares Tampa Bay a missionary. So we are that crazy missionary that believes we're going to bring all the churches together and really affect the community with the love of God. We are also that missionary that creates outreach opportunities throughout the year for churches and businesses just to plug right in and then to be caring in their community. And so just to kind of give you a little bit of who Somebody Cares Tampa Bay, we've been around for 20 years. And again, I'm Pastor Tim Marshik, and it is just an honor to be here with you today. I pray that you guys will just encourage those that you have influence over to be involved with CareFest, of course.
Thank you. Socrates, you going to say something?
As Socrates is coming up, I just wanted to say a lot of the projects are focused on helping either wounded veterans, single mothers, elderly, people who have needs that are unable to meet their own needs. But some of the other projects that are kind of interesting, and one, for instance, that my church is going to be a part of, we're going to do an outreach to Tarpon Avenue. Recently, we had a murder in one of the hotels on Tarpon Avenue, and there's a bunch of ways to go about solving those problems. But it just as the Christian community in Tarpon Springs, we just believe that God loves every single person, and some people don't know that well enough, and we want to go make the love of God known to every single person down around that Tarpon Avenue area where all that hurt and traumas happened. We lost Officer Kondak just about a year and a half ago or so, and that was just a block away. There was a big drug sting operation there on Tarpon Avenue where there's obviously some problems that are kind of there and need to be dealt with. And there was just recently a murder about 3 weeks ago right on Tarpon Avenue. So our CareFest project is going to be feeding people and partnering with some of the business owners to allow us to use their property, giving away food and praying for the needs of people. And the goal and the objective is to let them know that somebody cares about them and loves them. Because we just believe that once people are empowered with the love of God, that they'll begin to make better choices and be responsible for those choices. So.
What a blessing to be here. That's great. We are behind the city, what you're doing, because you're doing a great job. We know the citizens is behind from the city. We're here to work together, all together. We love the police department. We love the fire department. We love all of you, and we can make a beautiful place to live. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for all the work you did. Are there any public comments on this item? Here none. Are there any commission comments?
Yes, thank you. This is my first time, obviously, Jason, I follow you on Facebook, but this is my first time hearing about this. I think that this is a really good concept. And as a practicing Catholic, I'm very happy to see how you've integrated into the Pope's Year of Mercy, and not just doing it in just name only, but actually having a plan to take out that mercy on the street to people that need it. And I very much like how you have already identified the need on Tarpon Avenue, and we own several properties, and I see it on our cameras every night. The people that go out there and they, for whatever reason, it's mental illness or drug abuse, need help, and it takes a certain kind of person to do that. So, I think it's a great idea how you're partnering with churches, trying to bring it together, but also kind of have a boots on the ground mission for it. So, I have a lot of respect for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We've been spoke to the two of those developers down there on the salon, by on the salon.
Yeah.
They're 100% with what we wanted to do. So we're going to have some private security go down there just so that we've got all of our bases covered. But we don't anticipate any issues like the over business owners. We get a lot of packets listed.
Mm-hmm.
And part of our goal is to see Tarpon Springs successful, business successful. And that should be an absolute place that we're driving with the Greek Church, all the great work that's done there on Tiffany, and all of the coverage. It should be the crown jewel area. And we just believe that we should do it out of a place to affect change instead of, so thank you for that.
Thank you. Sure. Yes. Guys, you want to come closer?
Still got my shirt. I got still my shirt.
Let's go around. Thank you. Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That probably works so good.
We are now going to consent agenda. Item number 2, satisfaction and release of liens. Number 3 is the attorney fees for special events, Tarpon Springs High School Homecoming Parade, October 7th, 2016. B is the Sister City fundraiser, November 19, 2016. And number 5 is the BOC meeting schedule changes for fiscal year 2017. Do you have any items that you'd like to pull? No? Okay. Are there any public comments on this item? I think Mr. Combas is here to talk about the Tarpon Springs High School.
Homecoming parade. It's weird this year.
Mayor and esteemed commissioners, I have the distinct honor to bring a couple of students with me that are members of our Student Council Executive Board. One is Fortinisi Soy, she's the president, and Christian Corus is the vice president. I could stay up here and talk to you about homecoming, but I think it's good to hear it from them, wouldn't you think?
Yes, but I will ask you to state your name and your address for the record.
Okay, I'm
please.
Manuel Gombas. Actually, I'm gonna use the address 1411 Gulf Road, because that's almost home.
You live there.
Hi, I'm Fatini Sasoyas, and we came to discuss a change in the parade route for homecoming. So we usually go down Tarpon Avenue, but this year we're going to start at the dog park and go down Dodecanese Boulevard and then end at the roundabout at the end of the Sponge Docks. Also, we wanted to invite you all to attend our homecoming parade. We will congregate at 4:30 at the dog park, and it will begin at 5 p.m. on Friday, October 7th. Also, we'd like to invite you to our Powder Puff game on Monday, October 3rd at 6 p.m. And we'd also like to invite you to our skit night on Wednesday, October 5th. That's all we've got for you.
What time?
I'm not sure on a time for the skit night. We'll get back to you. We have letters pending to all of you.
Thank you.
For that. Thank you.
Any questions?
No. I think it's going to be a nice parade.
I was speaking to the city clerk, and I know it's the wish of yours to have more city people involved with our parades in the future, correct? So what we're going to try to do is next year, of course, these girls will be graduated, but we'll try to have more city people at large be involved. It could be their businesses or what have you during the parade, so we can have more involvement. So we will make an attempt to speak to you to deal with that and get a plan together early with the committee.
Thank you. The other young lady wants to say something?
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you for having us.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Go Spongers.
The special event B, which is for the Sister Cities fundraiser, November 19, 2016. As you all know, I'm the chairperson for our Tarpon Springs Sister City program. And I've been advised by our city attorney that will be no conflict of interest for me to vote, since I don't have any benefit from that. Actually, I'm going to be working very hard for the fundraiser. Are there any public comments on this item? On this item? No? I will entertain a motion.
Motion approved.
Second.
Any commission comments? None? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Slattery?
Yes.
Commissioner Banther?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Terapany?
Yes.
Mayor LaHousas?
Yes. And we are now go to the special consent agenda, which is item number 6, increase the RFQ number 150144-S-JJ Engineering Services Utilities. Mr. Licouris will do the presentation.
Again, this is just put on there because of the amount. As you can see, it's for our engineering services, and it's for the projects that are mentioned on there. Sea Breeze Drive, the next phase of our sanitary sewer, conceptual design for our solar energy system at the plant, and other reclaimed water systems for West Winds and Grassy Point. So again, it's an increase for those upcoming projects that we have going. So we put it forward for you to approve. It's on special consent because of the amount.
Thank you. Are there any public comments on this item? Here none. Are there any commission comments? I need a more. Vice Mayor Terapany.
Thank you. As I read in the backup some of the items that this money will be utilized for, I just see where it says upgrades to the clarifiers at the wastewater treatment plant. When I first read that, I thought to myself that the wastewater was the RO plant. And at first glance, I said, well, why would we need to upgrade? It's a brand new plant. So I just wanted to point that out for the record. Plant. Right, it's the other water plant. But then as I read a little bit further, and this is just, I don't have a problem with approving this. This is just for information purposes. The 16-inch potable water transmission line and various technical support services for the RO plant. So the 16-inch potable water transmission line, that's so we can get water out or bring. I mean, if it's potable, it's gonna be coming from the plant, right?
When transmission pipe is the output.
Yeah.
Is the output?
Yes.
Okay, so then that goes to where?
That connects to the existing network.
Okay, thank you. Good job, Mayor.
I will entertain the motion.
Move approval.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Slattery?
Yes.
Commissioner Banther?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Terapany?
Yes.
Mayor LaHousas?
Yes. We are now going to the item number 7, which is local mitigation strategy, LMS update. Mr. Licouris?
Yes, well, Heather Erwaller, come up and give this item.
No, he's going to defer to me on this one. Heather Earler, your Planning and Zoning Director. Essentially what this is a last year, in 2015, you actually adopted the new updated LMS. With that project, there's been a committee that's been working behind the scenes on implementing that and looking at the latest technologies and things that are out there that actually can be implemented to prevent loss of services and that type of thing, to mitigate for emergencies and that type of thing. So as a result, they have compiled some updates to the plan that you adopted last year. They've asked us to essentially provide that information to you and to the public. So we're going to provide that on our website so anybody can access it. The information is available in our office, in the clerk's office, anywhere anybody needs to access it. And essentially we're just asking for the board to basically approve this by just putting it on our authorizing us to put it on the website, and that information will then be available to the general public. I can go over anything if you want, but I put together a little memo just to kind of explain this, because some of you guys weren't on the board, but you have done this and adopted this on previous boards. So this has been going in place since 1989, which is when that local mitigation strategy first started, and it just is updated on a regular basis based on the needs through Homeland Security and through FEMA regulations. I can answer any questions if you have.
Heather, are you a voting member for the LMS?
I was not part of this particular update. We certainly can send a staff member for that. It's just not something that, up to this point, I hadn't been included. It was something that came to me when I got here. So as a result, I have not been part of this, but the previous planning director was part of this process. So, as a matter of fact, she's remained as the chairperson on this as she's moved into her new positions down in Pinellas County. So we certainly can send a representative to these meetings on a regular basis.
Thank you. I look at the attachment. And my question is, we need to provide the county with a progress report on those projects, or this is just, they need to know what do we have to do?
They essentially created this and provided it to us as informational based. Everybody participated in that process back a few years ago. They started that planning process. They developed those strategies and the products that are in here. We don't actually have to give them progress reports unless they actually ask for that. This is just them asking for us to kind of keep that information updated on our website and fresh for the general public. So if they have questions, they have a place to go to get that information.
Okay. Thank you. Any other commission comment? No. Are there any public comments on this item? Here none. I'll need a motion to approve it.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Slattery?
Yes.
Commissioner Banther?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Terapany?
Yes.
Mayor LaHousas?
Yes. We now go to item number 8, appointment to Public Art Committee. This is very straightforward. There are currently 2 vacancies on the Public Art Committee. In addition, there is a member, Mrs. Gage, who her term expires October 31st, 2016, and she's eligible to be reappointment. We also have another person that wishes to be appointed, Mrs. Wagner. I need a motion. Yes, sir.
I would motion to reappoint Mrs. Gage to another three-year term, and appoint Michelle Wagner, who is a Citizens Academy graduate, to fill the vacant position in the private citizen development community category.
Thank you. I need a second.
Second.
Okay, are there any public comments on this item? None. Are there any more commission comments? No. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Slattery?
Yes.
Commissioner Banther?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Terapany?
Yes.
Mayor LaHousas?
Yes.
Mayor,
Yes,
if I may, to speak to this item.
of course.
Okay. I would just like to know, generally the Public Art Committee does a little bit of an update for us on what's going on, and I don't recall a recent one, so I just want to know.
I think that's coming up. Usually they do that either the last meeting, second meeting of October or 1st of November, I think.
Okay. Because, yeah, I mean, generally they do an update.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from them in a while. Yeah, they were limited for a while because they didn't have any funds. Now they have funds.
Yeah.
I want to know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, we set that up.
Thank you. Well, that concludes the agenda tonight, and now we're going to go to staff meeting. Staff comments. Chief?
No comments, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. City Attorney?
No comments.
Mr. LaCourse?
No, sir.
Madam Clerk?
No comments.
Vice Mayor Tarpon?
I got nothing.
Commission Panther?
Yes, I did get to introduce the county commissioners before I came here at their North County workshop. There was two, I think, got lost coming up here and weren't there. I won't say who they were, but it's a very good idea that they do these workshops up here in Tarpon Springs. I think we need to encourage more of that. That allows citizens to have their direct engagement. And I think next time we need to help them advertise it better. It wasn't, at least when I was there, it was a handful of the public, it's mostly staff and their own entourage. So maybe next time, when they do it next year, or hopefully sooner than a year from now, work with them on advertising that more, letting the citizens know they have a chance to meet their county commissioners.
Yeah, and thank you for representing us. And I hope the next meeting will not be a conflict with our BOC meeting.
Be nice.
Thank you. Commissioner Slattery?
Just a reminder, tomorrow night is Citizens Academy, and I will be welcoming everybody. So I'm looking forward to it. This will be the first one I go to.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's good.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to remind to everyone that September 24th, we have the wine walk on downtown in the Sponge Docks. It starts at 4 p.m. And also October 1st, we have the Salsa on the Sponge Docks. That starts at 6 p.m. That's a very popular event. And I would like to welcome the new businesses to Tarpon Springs. We have Tarpon Marine Outfitters. We have the Genpat Holdings and Cafe Phoenicia. And I wish them all good luck and have prosperity. That concludes our regular session, and it's adjourned at 7:07.
You're rubbing off on me.
Thank you.
One of the rivers. Make it home for bedtime.
Finish the budget.
Oh, yeah.
I don't wear a bar, so I'll leave this for somebody else.
I was there.
Maybe I should have had a few comments. I would've.
I didn't know what you did.
You want to get one in mind? Do you have a for your son or something?
Okay.
Congratulations, signs up.
Chunky?
Yeah.
Hey, David, have a great night.
But thank you.
I was like,
Trying to think who would wear this.
it's like, oh no.
24 is on Bright House.
You want one?
Yeah.
They're all for you guys.
Well, he just
They have cable. Each company is different.
Is that it?
Bright House, I don't know what that is.
my son won't wear it.
We're gonna have to get those little things that you get snapped and.
I'd be a trader if I, but it,
Ron, I got another
but
meeting.
it have Verizon.
There's gonna be fireworks at the
After all,
bar.
they pay my bills, right?
Get a phone call, dispatch. It's gonna be ugly tonight. They're trying to get rid of somebody.
Good night.